family birthing centers with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and summitcitysports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Oh. 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but you also people chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men, especially men. Men get tight as they age, decreasing flexibility in the hamstrings, in their spine. Now you have many professional athletes doing Pilates, LeBron James, Jake Arrieta, Antonio Brown, and they're finding the benefits of getting the elongation of the muscles and the strengthening and the balance and the control that helps them during their sport. And we are the only clinic in Fort Wayne that services both physical therapy and Pilates at the same time, that you can get a Pilates-based rehabilitation.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome in, everybody, to Westendorf Field, where we are getting ready for game number 1 of today's doubleheader. Your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars enters today's contest with a 9-8 overall record, 2-2 in Crossroads League play, taking on Indiana Wesleyan, the number 10 ranked team in the country. Wesleyan enters with a 21-2 overall record, 2-0 in Crossroads League competition. St. Francis opened up Crossroads League play here at home this past Friday, picking up a win against Grace College 4-1 in game number 1, losing game number 2 4-10. Lady Cougars were on the road a day later and lost game number 1 at Goshen 5-6 before winning game number 2 14-6 in 6 innings. We're going to read from our game day program put together by our sports information director, Bill Scott. It says Wildcats on the USF agenda, 10th ranked Indiana Wesleyan first major test for Lady Cougars. Nearly a week has passed since Indiana Wesleyan University has seen action, and the University of St. Francis takes the field today, hoping the Wildcats show some signs of rust. The Lady Cougars have splits in their first 2 Crossroads League doubleheaders, one at home against Grace College last Friday, and lost at Goshen College, or split at Goshen College this past Saturday. The Wildcats opened up Crossroads League competition with a 4-3 and 2-0 sweep of Taylor University. That was on March the 16th, but haven't played since thanks to the weather. The Wildcats have won 11 of their last 12 games, a string interrupted only by a 7-5 loss to USF Illinois on March the 9th. And the Fighting Saints from USF Illinois are ranked number 11 in NAIA, the coach's top 25 poll. Indiana Wesleyan won its first 11 games before losing 5-3 in 8 innings to Olivet Nazarene University on March the 5th. Olivet Nazarene is receiving votes in the coach's top 25 rankings. Indiana Wesleyan has 4 players in the Crossroads League top 20 for runs batted in. Kristen Exposito is number 2 with 20. Alex Springer is number 7 with 16. Kira Mady and Victoria Boyer tied at number 12 with 11. USF freshman Taylor Tucker is tied for number 9 with 13 RBI, and freshman Cassidy Ferrer is tied for number 12 with 11 RBI. Indiana Wesleyan's Mackenzie Ridge is number 4 in Crossroads League earned run average at 1.33. Carly Weaver, who will be starting in game number 1 today for the Wildcats, is number 7 with a 1.51 ERA. USF's Caitlin Osberger is number 14 with a 3.33 ERA, while Brooke Heron is number 15 with a 3.56 ERA. Brooke will be getting the start for St. Francis here in game number 1, and we'll be going over the starting lineups here shortly after the coaches finish their meeting at home plate. Indiana Wesleyan's head coach is Steve Babinski, and he's in his 7th season with the Lady Wildcats. Assistant coaches are Evelyn Waymeyer, Kevin Juber, Alyssa Morris, and Lindsay Cripple. University of St. Francis is coached by Ryan Bolin, who is a 2001 graduate of St. Francis, played on the baseball team, and he's in his 14th season as head coach of the Lady Cougars. He's the Lady Cougar softball team's all-time winningest coach. His assistant coach is Doug Peterson. We are here at Westendorf Field, newly named after Larry Westendorf, who was a coach for the Lady Cougars back in the 90s. Marian University is ranked number 2 in the country. They are currently 13-1 overall and 4-0 in conference play. They have won 7 straight games. Wesleyan at number 10, 21-2. They have won 2 straight games and 2-0 in conference play. Once again, Wesleyan's last loss was on March the 9th in a neutral site game against St. Francis out of Illinois, and they lost it 5-7. Mount Vernon Nazarene University, who was scheduled to come to St. Francis on Tuesday to play, but weather pushed that series back to April the 20th, I do believe. April the 20th with a 3 p.m. first pitch. Mount Vernon Naz is 10-4 overall, 2-0 in conference play. They have 2 of the better pitchers in the Crossroads League in the Bowie sisters. Huntington University is currently in 5th place. They are 6-6 overall, 5-1 already in Crossroads League competition. St. Francis sitting with a 2-2 conference record puts the Lady Cougars in 5th place with a 9-8 overall record and a win streak of 1. Grace College is 8-12 overall, 2-4 in Crossroads League. You'll remember Grace opened up here at home and got win in game number 2. So we're going to go over the starting lineups here shortly as we get ready for game number 1 of the doubleheader. Welcome everyone to Larry Westendorf Field for today's Crossroads League doubleheader between your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars, who enter with a 9-8 overall record, 2-2 in Crossroads League play, hosting the Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats. The Wildcats are ranked number 10 in the country and bring with them a 21-2 overall record, 2-0 in conference play. We'll start off with the Lady Wildcats. Leading off is number 2, Lauren Buckley, the left fielder. Batting in the 2 hole is number 19, Kira Madel, center fielder. Batting number 3 is number 35, Alex Springer, the designated player. Batting cleanup is number 15, Kristen Exposito, first baseman. In the 5 holes, number 1, Kelsey Koistra, second baseman. Bat number 6 is number 3, Victoria Boyer, the right fielder. Batting in the 7 positions, number 13, Emily Hastings, the catcher. In the number 8 holes, number 33, Aubrey Eckert, third baseman. And finally, batting in the 9 slot is number 6, Rebecca Schrad, your shortstop. Pitching for Indiana Wesleyan will be number 21, Carly Weaver. And now for your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. Batting leadoff is the junior, number 13, Brianna Pryor, playing second base. In the 2 holes, number 27, center fielder Lizzie Meyer. In the 3 holes, number 12, third baseman Taylor Tucker. In the cleanup spots, number 11, Cassidy Ferrer, your shortstop. The designated player, number 5, Ramsey Herlock. Batting in the 6th spot, number 6, Morgan Hubble, your first baseman. Catching for the Lady Cougars, number 42, Vivian Goodpaster. Playing right field, number 14, Ashley Morrow. And batting in the 9 position, number 10, left fielder Don Janae Chamberlain. And the pitcher for the Lady Cougars, number 24, Brooke Heron. Will now rise for the national anthem. And there we have it, folks, just moments away from the first pitch in today's doubleheader. St. Francis playing one of the top teams in all of NAIA in the Indiana Wesleyan Lady Wildcats. This will be a great test here for the young Lady Cougar team. St. Francis entering today, batting .318 as a team, led by Maddie Schwartz. Now, Maddie suffered a hurt hand in game number 1 at Goshen this past Saturday, and she is expected to miss about 4 to 6 weeks for the Lady Cougars. Second leading batter on the team is Morgan Hubble, batting .444, and she's playing first base, starting at first base here in game number 1. Pitching for Indiana Wesleyan's Carly Weaver. She ranks number 44 in the country with a 1.51 ERA. She's got a 10-1 record on the season. Her 10 wins ranks her number 14 in the country. She's pitched in 51 innings, giving up 40 hits, 13 runs, 11 of those earned, 24 walks, and 53 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are hitting .220 against Carly Weaver. For your Lady Cougars, Brooke Heron, the freshman, gets the start in the circle for Coach Ryan Bolin. Brooke picked up the win in game number 1 against Grace this past Friday. Brooke enters with a 3.56 ERA, a 4-1 record on the season, as the first pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. Your pitcher for Wesleyan, or your batter, excuse me, is Lauren Buckley, the left fielder. So 2 balls, 0 strikes to Buckley, as she's going to take that one for strike number 1 on the outside corner. Infield playing tight. Tucker and Brianna Pryor playing about the same distance as the pitcher. Shot to Cassidy Ferrer, could not come up with it cleanly, so the leadoff batter is aboard here for Indiana Wesleyan. With Buckley at first base, your batter is Kira Madel, number 8 for the Wildcats. Madel enters today's contest with a .349 batting average, 22 hits, and 15 runs scored. Throw to second base, not in time, as Buckley is going to come up with the stolen base. Lauren Buckley has 13 entering today's game. She averages .6 stolen bases per. So 0-1 is your count. That pitch is going to miss low. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Buckley with speed at second base, as that third pitch is going to be a called strike. 1-2 now your count. Heron, that one's low and in the dirt. So taking third now is Buckley. Back-to-back stolen bases. Good job by the Lady Cougar catcher, Vivian Goodpaster, keeping that ball in front of her. 2-2 count. Full count now to Kira Madel. Madel's a junior outfielder from St. John, Indiana, a transfer from Olivet Nazarene University. Draws the walk. Runners at first and third. Your batter is Alex Springer, number 35, the designated player. Springer's a senior, first base and catcher from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Concordia Lutheran. Goodpaster goes straight to third on the double steal attempt. 3 stolen bases so far in this game for Wesleyan. Entering today, Wesleyan with 47 total stolen bases, which ranks them number 21 in the country. So 1-1 currently your count to Springer, with runners at second and third. Pitch is fouled off. 1-2 now. Brooke Heron once again a 3.56 ERA, 4-1 record in 37.1 innings pitched. She's given up 43 hits, 22 runs, 19 of those earned, 9 walks, and 21 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are batting .293 against Heron. Slow roller picked up by Hubble at first. Let's get opposing hitters hitting .293 against Heron. 2-2. Lazy fly ball. Morrow's underneath it. Gonna have to, instead of not coming home, she goes to second base with it. So the first run of the game is gonna go to Wesleyan. And we have our first out of the game. Your batter now is Kristen Exposito, the first baseman. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Madel at second base. Lazy fly ball. Meyer camping out underneath it for out number 2. Lizzie Meyer, the junior outfielder for the University of St. Francis. She's from Pittsboro, Indiana, Tri-West High School. With 2 outs, your batters, number 1, Kelsey Koistra. Koistra fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 is your count. She's got a .400 batting average, 22 hits and 13 runs scored, and 55 at-bats. 5 RBI on the season, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Koistra down in this count, 0-2. Six left-handed batters for Indiana Wesleyan here in the lineup. Koistra, a slap hitter. Gonna check that one low and outside for ball 1. Count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Indiana Wesleyan dugout is alive. Check swing, Tucker, that was Ferreira with the diving snag. Lady Cougars give up 1 run there in the top of the first. As we head to the bottom of the first, you're watching Lady Cougar softball here from Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome back, everyone. Lady Cougars down 1-0, heading to the bottom of the first. I'll be tweeting out highlights throughout the course of both games here, so you can always get at the University of St. Francis softball fan page or follow us on Twitter at SF Cougars, where you'll find all the highlights. Once again, in the circle here, it's number 21, Carly Weaver for Indiana Wesleyan. Weaver is a senior pitcher, first baseman from Brownsburg, Indiana. Brownsburg High School, the Bulldogs. Coming to the plate, for St. Francis is Brianna Pryor with a .269 batting average, Bree was all Crossroads League a year ago, playing shortstop, as she's back at her natural position of second base here in her junior season. Bree's got 7 hits and 9 runs scored and 26 at-bats. Will take that first pitch for a strike. Pryor wears number 13, 5'3", throws right and bats left. She's from Pendleton, Indiana, Pendleton Heights High School. Counts evened up at 1 apiece to Pryor. Brianna has 5 stolen bases on the season, just 2 strikeouts and 9 walks. Fouls that pitch off, down in the count, 1-2. Entering today, Breeze played in 9 games and started all 9. She did not get to make the trip to spring break down to Florida with the Lady Cougars, so she did miss a few games here in her junior year. Nice snag by Weaver for out number 1. So with 1 out, your batter is center fielder number 27, Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie, the junior, entering today with a .340 batting average, 18 hits, 8 runs scored in 53 ABs. She's got 9 RBI on the season, 6 walks, 0 strikeouts, and 4 stolen bases for the lefty, Lizzie Meyer. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Good check by Meyer. Weaver's been tearing it up in the Crossroads League throughout her career, as that second pitch falls in for a strike. Currently, looking at the Crossroads League individual statistical leaders in the ERA department, Marion with 3 of the top 5 pitchers. 2 of the top 6 come from Mount Vernon Nazarene with the Bowie sisters. 2 balls, 1 strike to Lizzie Meyer. Looked like Lizzie was looking at the bunt for a second. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. On deck, it's the freshman Taylor Tucker for St. Francis. Taylor with 13 RBI, that leads all Lady Cougars. Cassidy Ferrer right behind her with 11 RBI, both freshmen. We got a full count now to Lizzie Meyer. Not a bad day here at Larry Westendorf Field. The sun bringing some warmth to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Meyer's going to draw the walk. So with 1 out, we have 1 runner aboard for number 12, the third baseman, Taylor Tucker. Taylor with a .245 batting average has 13 hits and 12 runs scored in 53 ABs. Her 12 runs scored leads St. Francis. 13 RBI, 5 strikeouts, and 4 walks. First bunt for out, number 2. So Taylor popping out to the catcher, Emily Hastings. That's going to bring up Cassidy Ferrer. Ferrer with a runner at first base. Cassidy entering today with a .419 batting average, 18 hits and 10 runs scored in 43 ABs. Rips that first pitch. Picked up by the shortstop, but not in time. Great play there, getting to the ball by Rebecca Schrad, but Ferrer beats it out. So the first hit of the day for the Lady Cougars goes to Cassidy Ferrer, and that's going to advance Lizzie Meyer to second base. Still with 2 outs, your batter is number 5, Ramsey Herlock, the designated player. Ramsey with the 3rd best batting average on the team for St. Francis, hitting .429, 12 hits, 11 runs scored, and 28 at-bats. She's got 6 RBI, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts for Ramsey Herlock. Lady Cougars with good opportunity here. Runners at first and second base. Speed on the base pass. As that first pitch is upstairs Herlock. Carly Weaver once again entering today with 53 strikeouts and 24 walks. She's only given up 13 runs on the season. That ranks her number 45 in the country. We can expect to see Mackenzie Ridge in game number 2 with very impressive stats entering today's doubleheader. Counts evened up at 1 apiece to Ramsey Herlock. Ramsey's just a sophomore from Kokomo, Indiana. Played for the Kokomo Wildcats. Down in this count now, 1-2. So far for St. Francis this year, Jordan Schneider's got 2 home runs, Brooke Herron with 1 home run, and Ferrer with a home run. The runners will advance on the pass ball. So with a 2-2 count, runners now at second and third, with Ferrer at second and Lizzie Meyer at third base. Herlock looking to add to her total of 6 RBI. Hits this one right down the right field line, and it'll fall in. Meyer comes home to score. Ferrer comes home to score as the Lady Cougars take the 2-1 lead. Outstanding clutch hitting there by Ramsey Herlock, giving her squad the 2-1 lead. That'll bring up number 6, Morgan Hubble. What a great piece of hitting there right down the right field line. Right fielder for Wesleyan was on it. That's Victoria Boyer. It did kick right on the bounce. So off the camera there, we got the umpire and Coach Bolin. Oh, looks like they're mad at Bill for taking pictures on the field. That's the first time that's ever happened. So Sports Information Director Bill Scott always getting pictures of all the games to add to his stories that you can find at stfranciscougars.com. 0-0 count to Morgan Hubble. Hubble with the second best batting average on the team. She's played in 10 games, started 7, batting .444, 8 hits, 3 runs scored, and 18 at-bats, 3 RBI, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Checks the off-speed pitch for a strike. Down this count, 0-2. Hubble, that one misses just inside. 1-2 now your count. Morgan wears number 6. She's a senior from Anderson, Indiana, went to Pendleton Heights High School. One of 3 players on the team from Pendleton Heights. Obviously, Brianna Pryor, along with number 15, Jade Mollenkoff. 5'9", the freshman. One ball, 2 strikes to Hubble. Off-speed pitch freezes her for out number 3. As we head to the top of the second inning, Lady Cougars get 1 run back and lead it 2-1 over the Wildcats.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Leading off the top of the second here for Indiana Wesleyan, it's number 3, Victoria Boyer, the right fielder. Number 13, Emily Hastings, the catcher, is on deck. And in the holes, number 33, Aubrey Eckert. Wesleyan once again opening up Crossroads League play at home on the 16th and sweeping Taylor. Taylor is receiving votes in the coach's top 25 as that first pitch is ripped down the left field line. Good work there by Donjanae Chamberlain, cutting that ball off and limiting Victoria Boyer to a leadoff single. That'll bring up number 13, Emily Hastings, the catcher. Hastings coming into today. Fouls off that first pitch down in the count 0-1. Hastings with a .259 batting average, 7 hits, 5 runs scored, and 27 ABs. 6 RBI, 1 home run. She struck out 8 times and walked 4 times with 1 stolen base. Slow roller to Tucker comes up firing for out number 1. Good play there by the third baseman, making sure of the sure out at first base. So advancing to second will be Boyer. With 1 out, your batter is Aubrey Eckert. Eckert, .273 batting average, 6 hits, 6 runs scored, and 22 ABs, 1 RBI, 8 strikeouts, 9 walks. Quick throw to third, and we have a stolen base by Boyer. .1-0 is your count with the runner at third. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. That pitch will miss outside. 2-1 the count. Freshman Brooke Herron picked up her first win of the season against Aquinas in 3.2 innings pitched. In that game, she gave up 6 hits in 17 at-bats, giving up 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. She had 6 strikeouts in game number 1 against Goshen, which is her season high, and gets her first strikeout of the game there against Eckert. 2 gone. And your batter is Rebecca Schrad. Schrad wears number 6 and plays shortstop. She's got a .327 batting average, 17 hits, 13 runs scored, and 52 ABs. Evens this count up at 1 apiece. Schrad has 9 RBI and 2 home runs on the season, 8 strikeouts and 5 walks and 5 stolen bases. .2-1 your count. She's a freshman from Brownsburg, Indiana, went to Covenant Christian High School. That ball almost looked like it was off the end of the bat there, picked up by Tucker for out number 3. So the Lady Cougars escape a jam there. The leadoff batter was aboard, but the next 3 went down in order as we head to the bottom of the second. St. Francis up 2-1 over the Wildcats. Welcome back to Westendorf Field. Leading it off here for the Lady Cougars, it's going to be number 42, Vivian Goodpaster. Abby Morrow, the right fielder, is on deck. And in the 3-hole is Donjanae Chamberlain. Goodpaster catching in game number 1 here. Swings at the first pitch to left center field. And that is tracked down by the center fielder, Kara Madel, for out number 1. That'll bring up Ashley Morrow. Ashley with a .308 batting average, 8 hits and 5 runs scored and 26 ABs, 5 RBI. 3 walks, just 1 strikeout on the season for Morrow. Ashley's a junior from Yorktown, Indiana. Yorktown High School takes that first pitch for a strike. Oh, 1 your count with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Morrow down in the count 0-2. Pitch will miss outside. Morrow entering today with a .306 career batting average. She batted .360 as a freshman, .234 as a sophomore, and currently with a .308 average. Battles back in this count. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Once again in the circle, that's Carly Weaver for Indiana Wesleyan. As Weaver misses inside, count is full. Weaver listed at 5'10" tall. Morrow on the full count. Beautiful piece of hitting and a nice stop there by the second baseman, Kelsey Koistra, for out number 2. That'll bring up number 10, Donjanae Chamberlain. Folks, Indiana Wesleyan as a team ranks number 4 in the country in fielding percentage at .975. St. Francis ranks number 11 in the country at .969. So 2 solid teams in the field taking place here at Westendorf Field. With 2 outs, Chamberlain's going to check that first pitch for a strike. Donjanae enters with a .259 batting average. 7 hits, 8 runs scored, and 27 at-bats. 2 RBI on the season, 4 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 7 stolen bases for Donjanae. She was second on the team last year in batting average, as that's going to be picked up by Exposito for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Cougars as we head to the top of the third. St. Francis leads it 2-1.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click.
Welcome back to Westendorf Field, where we're getting the media off the playing surface. Has Justin Prince there from WFFT Local. He does a great job covering all the local high schools and the University of St. Francis. Justin was down in Daytona Beach, Florida with the football team for the national championship game. As that first pitch is going to be called a ball to the leadoff hitter, Lauren Buckley. Lauren had 2 stolen bases there and a single in her first AB. Up in this count 1-0 and fouls that one off or evened at 1 apiece. I think they're just saying you can't have the equipment on the field, but you can be out there with your camera. 1-1. Check swing there. The lefty slapper Buckley down in this count, 1-2. Buckley is a junior from Colorado, Centennial, Colorado. She went to Eagle Crest High School. She stands 5'5". Ooh, just missing on the off-speed pitch as Brooke Herron. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Excuse me, we got a full count here at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Slapper right up the gut. Just got past Herron. So the leadoff batter is aboard. Back-to-back singles for Buckley. That'll bring up Kira Madel, the center fielder. Kira walked and stole a base in her first at-bat. And the first runner is off. Throw once again by Goodpaster, tailing off into right field. Buckley with another stolen base. 0-1 is your count. Madel entering today with a .349 batting average. That ball outside and in the dirt, and another stolen base as Buckley was going the whole way. 4 stolen bases already in this game. Buckley entering today with 13 stolen bases. She ranks number 27 in the country, averaging .6 stolen bases per game. And that number is rapidly rising. Got a timeout called here by Coach Ryan Bolin. Of a conference in the circle there with the freshman battery of Brooke Herron in the circle and Vivian Goodpaster behind the dish. Once again, Steve Babinski, the head coach for Indiana Wesleyan in his 7th season. Looking at the Crossroads League standings, Spring Arbor University is currently in last place. They're 0-4 in conference play, 6-9 overall. Bethel College, who has a 2-10 overall record, is 1-3 in conference play, which ties them with Taylor University, Goshen, and Bethel. Taylor is receiving votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 regular season rankings. They are sitting with a 7-5 overall record. They graduated some good seniors last year, and that was a backhand snag by Cassidy Ferrer for out number 1. Another outstanding grab by the freshman. One out, runner at third base for Alex Springer, who popped out to left field in her first AB. That ball's ripped left center field. It's going to short hop the fence. Lizzie Meyer catches up to it, but coming home to score is Buckley. So it's an RBI double for Alex Springer as Wesleyan ties it up at 2 apiece. That ball was smoked into the gap as it short hopped the fence. That's going to bring up Kristen Exposito. Exposito ranks number 23 in the country with 5 home runs. She ranks number 30 in the country with a slugging percentage of .816. So we got a pinch runner. It's going to be number 37, Paige Creasy, the freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Rockford High School. Exposito takes that first pitch for a strike. 0-1 with one out. Indiana Wesleyan looking like they're going to be the premier team in the Crossroads League as it pertains to stealing bases. 1-1 the count. So far, though, looking at the Crossroads League individual statistics, looks like Mount Vernon Naz and Marion with probably the strongest pitching staffs at the very top. (3-1) now the count. Good eye there for Exposito. Full count now for Brooke Heron in the circle. Brooke, standing 5'7" tall, from Noblesville, Indiana. The Noblesville Miners, I believe. I'll have to double check that. Full count. Off-speed pitch hit right at Brianna Pryor for out number 2. Pryor making easy work of it. That's going to bring up Kelsey Koistra, the second baseman. The ground ball did advance Creasy to third base. Beautiful pitch, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Slow roller, Tucker comes up firing. The off-balance throw gets her in time for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the third inning, tied up at 2 apiece here at Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back, everyone. We are in the bottom of the third inning. We are tied at 2 runs apiece, and your batter is the leadoff hitter, Brianna Pryor, who grounded out to the pitcher, Carly Weaver, in her first AB. First pitch is laid down, the perfect bunt, and Bree, ooh, called out at first base. She definitely looked safe from my vantage point. So with 1 out, your batter is Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie, who scored a run back in the first inning. That was on the 2 RBI single by Ramsey Herlock, currently at the plate with 1 out. First pitch is a ball to Meyer. Second one hit right at the shortstop for out number 2. That's the freshman, Rebecca Schrad, shortstop for Indiana Wesleyan. 2 up, 2 down for Taylor Tucker, the freshman. Tucker, the righty, stands at 5'8". She's from Oxford, Indiana, Benton Central High School. 1-0 is the count. Ferrer on deck. 1-1 your count. Lady Cougars sporting the new uniforms for this season. As that pitch is inside for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. Tucker's going to check that one low. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Entering today's doubleheader, Taylor with 5 strikeouts and 4 walks. In her first AB, she popped out to the catcher. That ball off the handle and fouled out of play. Count remains at 2-2. Lady Cougars once again will be at home tomorrow. First pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. The opponent, number 2 ranked Marian University, the Knights. Ooh, that ball bounced in the dirt. So safe at first base is Tucker. A cold, cold day, not fun. So with 2 outs, runner at first base, your batter is going to be Cassidy Ferrer. That's the first baseman. It's not Exposito. It's number 37. Paige Creasy. So Creasy playing first base for Exposito. I'm assuming that Weaver, who's pitching and at the flex position, I guess Exposito's probably taken out of the game. Creasy came in to run for Exposito. She's tough. Once again, the ball after the strikeout, ball was dropped and thrown by the catcher to first base. Catcher's Emily Hastings in the dirt, bounced right up and hit Creasy. So with 2 outs, your batter is Cassidy Ferrer. Ferrer, who had a 2 RBI triple to kind of ice the game for St. Francis in game number 1 against Grace, a 4-1 victory. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Ferrer singled and scored a run in her first AB. Checks that one outside. 2-0's the count. Cassidy Ferrer, who played in Westfield, Indiana for the Westfield Rocks. Nice snag by the third baseman. From her knees, throws her out. So Aubrey Eckert with a nice play in the field for Wesleyan. 3 up, 3 down. Excuse me. 4 up, 3 down for the Lady Cougars as we head to the top of the 4th inning, tied at 2.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome back, everyone, to Westendorf Field here in the top of the fourth inning. We are knotted at 2 runs apiece. Leading off the top of the fourth here is Victoria Boyer for Wesleyan. Boyer, who singled and stole a base. She was stranded at third base there in the second inning. 0-1 is the count. Second one hit right at Hubble. Easy unassisted put out there for Morgan for out number 1. With 1 out, your batter is number 13, Emily Hastings, the catcher. Number 13 is the same number as the second baseman, Brianna Pryor. And the same number as my favorite football player growing up, Dan Marino. Pop fly to Pryor. Makes the snag. She just kind of tripped over the foot of Ashley Morrow, who came in diving for that one. That's the infielder's call. And a good play there by Brianna Pryor, All Crossroads League a year ago. 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down for Aubrey Eckert, number 33. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Good pitch by Heron. Called a ball. 2-0's the count. Ball in the dirt, 3-0 to Eckert. Well, I didn't hear that. I think he said 3 balls, 0 strikes. So taken all the way was Eckert on the called first strike. 3-1's your count. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Off-speed pitch. Beautiful by Heron. Full count. Another one. Brooke gets her looking for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. St. Francis and Indiana Wesleyan tied at 2. For Heron, that's her second strikeout of the game.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everyone, to Larry Westendorf Field. We are knotted at 2 runs apiece. Leading it off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the fourth is Ramsey Herlock. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Ramsey, so far, the offensive player of the game for St. Francis. She had a 2 RBI single back in the first that scored Lizzie Meyer and Cassidy Ferreira. As we are tied at 2, that pitch is going to miss high and outside. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Big shout out to Coach DeCross and the Cougar men's basketball team, making it all the way to the national championship game just about a week ago. It was actually about 9 days ago, as it counts 1 and 2. St. Francis losing it in the championship game to Indiana Wesleyan. That was the 4th time this year we've lost to Wesleyan and the 8th straight time. Last time we beat Wesleyan was 2 years ago. Not this past season or the season before. It was the season before that. So 3 seasons ago in the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game. That year, St. Francis beat Wesleyan 3 times, but then lost in the national championship game. So the Wildcats picked up their 3rd national championship in men's basketball. Slow roller and scooped over to first base for out number 1. That was Kelsey Koistra with the assist. So with 1 out, your batter is number 6, Morgan Hubble, the first baseman. Morgan struck out looking in her first at-bat. Was the second strikeout of the game for Carly Weaver. Weaver over to Creasy for out number 2. That'll bring up the catcher, number 42, Vivian Goodpaster, who popped out to center field in her first at-bat. On deck, it's Ashley Morrow. Goodpaster with the open stance. Takes that first pitch for ball 1. One 0's the count. Off-speed pitch misses low. 2-0 is your count. Heron's been battling for St. Francis in the circle, holding one of the top offensive teams in the country to just 2 runs. 2-1's your count. Wesleyan comes in with a .340 team batting average, which ranks them number 33 in NAIA. 3-1 is your count. Crossroads League making huge strides the past 6 years, to the point where you have 2 teams now ranked in the top 10, which is unheard of for a school north of the state of Missouri. Pitch fouled off. We have a full count now to Goodpaster with 2 outs. Vivian entering today with a .250 batting average, 10 hits in 40 at-bats. Full count. Off-speed pitch gets her looking for out number 3. For Carly Weaver, that's her 3rd strikeout of the game. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning, tied at 2 here at Westendorf Field.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click.
Welcome back, everyone. Here in the top of the 5th inning, leading off for Wesleyan is going to be the shortstop, Rebecca Schrad. Grounded out in her first at-bat to Taylor Tucker, the 3rd baseman. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Low and inside. 1-0 is your count. Second pitch popped up. Pryor underneath it for out number 1. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Lauren Buckley. Lauren so far with 4 stolen bases. Those are unofficial stats, by the way. Keeping my own book here in the press box. Oh, 1 your count to Buckley. Singled in the 1st inning and singled in the 3rd. Here in the top of the 5th of this 7-inning game. Game number 1 of our doubleheader. checks that one outside. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Infield playing in. 2-1's your count. Ferrer, the shortstop, and Hubble, the first baseman, playing at normal depth. As that one's hit right at Heron, backhands it over to Hubble for out number 2. So great job of fielding her position by Brooke Heron. That'll bring up Kira Maydall. Kira popped out to the shortstop Ferrer back in the 3rd and walked and stole a base back in the 1st. 2 outs, first pitch swung on into right field for a 2-out single. That'll bring up number 35, Alex Springer. On deck it is Kristen Exposito. Looks like Exposito coming back into the game for Creasy. As you see Coach Babinski talking with the umpire. Yes, sir. I don't know how much sense that makes. So Springer's coming in for Creasy, but Springer's the designated player. Exposito's the one playing first base, and Creasy's definitely out in the field playing first. That first pitch is a strike. 0-1's your count. Brooke Heron, the freshman, been battling for St. Francis. Slow roller to Pryor, comes up firing for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 2 here at Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Leading off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 5th inning is number 14, Ashley Morrow, the right fielder. Ashley grounded out to the second baseman in her first AB back in the 2nd inning. On deck will be the left fielder, Donjanae Chamberlain. First pitch by Weaver. Paints the outside corner for strike number 1. Carly Weaver, once again the senior, 5 foot 10 inch tall from Brownsburg, Indiana, the Brownsburg Bulldogs. That one misses outside. 1-1's your count. Weaver had some movement on that last pitch. It's Morrow at the dish with the 1-1. Another one on the outside corner popped up, and that is number 33, Aubrey Eckert, the freshman third baseman. She's from Huntington North High School, Huntington, Indiana, for out number 1. Brings up number 10, Donjanae Chamberlain. Donjanae popped out to the first baseman in her first AB. On deck, it's going to be Brianna Pryor. Right off the backstop. Still not sure what's going on with the camera. As you can tell, the left side of your screen's a little blurred. I checked it in my office and everything seemed to be good. Donjanae on the 0-1. Nice grab by the right fielder, Victoria Boyer, for out number 2. Once again, you have 2 of the better fielding teams in NAIA playing in today's doubleheader. So with 2 outs, your batter is number 13, Brianna Pryor. Brianna's 0 for 2 in this game with 2 ground outs, but has played one heck of a game at second base. Pryor takes that first pitch, paints the inside corner for strike 1. Bree's got a lot of pop in her bat. As that ball is going to be popped out of play. Bree down in the count, 0-2. She's a PT major, physical therapy. One of the true scholar athletes here at the University of St. Francis. Lizzie Meyer, center fielder, on deck. With the 1-2. Pryor rips that ball into center field. Going back after it, and that's going to fall. Short hops the fence. Double, and now making her way for 3. A 2-out triple for Brianna Pryor. Great piece of hitting there by Pryor. Got it right over the center fielder's head. That's Kira Maydall. Maydall, the junior outfielder. Not sure if she lost that one in the sun. But Meyer with the runner in scoring position at the plate. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Lizzie grounded out to the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. Lizzie's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. That was back in the 1st inning. That one popped out of play. 1-2 is your count. Lizzie Meyer and the Lady Cougars hoping not to strand Pryor at 3rd base here in a tie ball game. That ball's ripped into left field. Great piece of hitting by Lizzie Meyer as the go-ahead run scores. Brianna Pryor, her first run scored in this game. St. Francis up 3-2. Clutch hitting there by the junior Lizzie Meyer. RBI single brings up Taylor Tucker, the freshman. Both Lizzie and Brianna Pryor came in swinging a good bat here in their junior seasons. Tucker down in this one, 0-1. Now down 0-2 after the foul ball. Lizzie Meyer ripped that ball into left field. On deck for St. Francis is Ferrer. Ferrer is currently 1 for 2 at the plate. Slow roller. Tucker cannot beat it out. But St. Francis takes back the lead 3-2 after the RBI single by Lizzie Meyer. And we will head to the top of the 6th inning. St. Francis up.
I'm breaking down, gonna start from scratch.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Cougars up 3-2 over the number 10 ranked team in the country, Indiana Wesleyan, after Lizzie Myers' RBI single scores Brianna Pryor. Here in the top of the 6th, Exposito, the first baseman, at the dish. Kristen 0 for 2 in this game, grounded out in the 3rd and popped out to center field back in the 1st. 0-1 your count. 0-2. Heron, after giving up a run in the 1st inning, really settling down. Swing and a miss, 1-2 is your count. Both teams with 4 hits, St. Francis with 1 error. Off-speed pitch misses high and outside. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Exposito is from Davie, Florida, transferred from Miami-Dade County Community College. Three balls, 2 strikes to Exposito. Right back at Heron for out number 1. Brooke once again has done outstanding today, fielding her position. Brings up number 1, Kelsey Koistra, second baseman. Brianna Pryor and Taylor Tucker playing shallow here in the infield. 0-1 your count. Koistra popped out to the 3rd baseman Tucker in the 1st inning and grounded out to Tucker in the 3rd. She's down in this count 0-2 to Brooke Heron. Pitch fouled off. Indiana Wesleyan playing in their 3rd Crossroads League game of the season. 5 days from now on the 27th, they'll travel to take on number 2 ranked Marion. St. Francis will host Marion tomorrow. That one's popped out of play. One, 2, now the count to Koistra. Her team down by 1. Pop fly. Ferrer underneath it for out number 2. 2 gone. Your batter is number 3, Victoria Boyer, right fielder. Boyer singled back in the 2nd and stole a base and grounded out to Morgan Hubble, the first baseman, back in the 4th. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. On deck is Hastings, the catcher. That's ripped down the right field line, and that will, just about drew chalk there. And the umpire never really gave a signal. That was a foul ball. His hands were straight up in the air. We were kind of, there he points to the right side. So 1 and 2 will be your count after the foul ball.
That run comes off.
So St. Francis leading it 3-2 after that was nearly an inside the park home run there by Boyer. A little bit of confusion here at Westendorf Field. Fouled off. Count will remain at 1-2. Another one hit out of play. So Boyer is battling. Heron up 1-2. Pitch misses high and outside. Counts evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two on the scoreboard. Nice. Morgan Hubble fields it in fair territory as we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. St. Francis leads it 3-2.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everyone. After the ground out by Taylor Tucker to end the 5th inning, leading it off here is going to be Cassidy Ferrer for the Lady Cougars. Ferrer, 1 of 2 in this game, had a single and scored a run back in the 1st inning. Ferrer leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is a ball. Cassidy entering today with a .419 batting average, 4th best for the Lady Cougars, who are playing today without their leading batter, Maddie Schwartz, who I believe it's a broken hand, left hand, suffered in game number 1 at Goshen this past Saturday. But what a season Maddie was having before the injury. This ball, lazy fly ball into right center field, will fall for a leadoff single for Cassidy Ferrer. So with the leadoff hitter aboard, it's going to bring up Ramsey Herlock, who had a 2 RBI single back in the 1st inning, grounded out to the 2nd baseman back in the 4th inning. Ramsey entering today's game, 3rd best batting average of .429 for the Lady Cougars, puts down the bunt. Exposito's got it. So makes the safe play, does Exposito for out number 1. That'll bring up Morgan Hubble. Morgan 0 for 2 in this game, struck out looking back in the 1st and grounded out to Weaver back in the 4th. Morgan entering today with a .444 batting average, 2nd best for the Lady Cougs. Ferrer now at 2nd base with 1 out. So that first pitch is a ball to Hubble. Morgan, a senior for St. Francis. Jordan Schneider, also a senior. Donjanae Chamberlain, Abby Skura, and Katie Gebhard, all seniors for St. Francis. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. St. Francis up 3-2. Hubble pulls back the bunt attempt. Ferrera's going to stay at second. 2-1's your count. Hubble drills it. She got all that one there. Hit it down the left field line. Trailed foul. I haven't seen Morgan turn on a pitch like that in a while. She scalded that ball. Flashes the bunt. Ball in the dirt. So full count now to Morgan Hubble with Ferrer at second base. Weaver and Indiana Wesleyan will have one more opportunity in the top of the seventh as Hubble drills this one, and Madel goes back to make the snag. That'll hold Cassidy at second base. Nice piece of hitting there by Morgan Hubble. Really seems locked in at the dish. She had a foul ball that went about 220, and that hit right there went about 200 feet. That'll bring up the catcher, Vivian Goodpaster, but we got a new pitcher coming in, and that pitcher will be number 5, Danielle Munn. Lady Cougars up 3-2 as we take a break. You're watching Lady Cougar softball from Westendorf Field.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless,
that's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click.
So in the circle is the sophomore, Danielle Munn, 5'10" from Whiteland, Indiana, Whiteland High School. She enters with a 1.71 ERA, has a 3-0 record on the season in 16.1 innings pitched, 13 hits, 5 runs scored, 4 of those earned, 6 walks, 27 strikeouts. For Danielle Munn, opposing batters are hitting .210 against the sophomore from Whiteland. Wearing the big brace on her right knee. At the dish is number 42, Vivian Goodpaster, your catcher. Struck out looking in her last AB back in the 4th. Swings at the first pitch. It's popped up for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th inning. St. Francis just 3 outs away from beating the number 10 ranked team in the country here in Northeast Indiana.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Strength and guidance, all that I'm wishing for my friends. Nobody
Welcome back, everyone. We're at the top of the 7th inning, and it looks like we have a pinch hitter for Indiana Wesleyan. It'll be number 4, Michaela Loveless. Remember, Taylor University used to have an Alex Loveless. Not spelled the same, though. Less and lace is the difference. So Michaela Loveless, the freshman from Mason, Ohio, William Mason High School, down in this count 0-1. Her team down by 1. She's the team's second leading hitter with a .500 batting average, 5 hits, 8 runs scored, and 10 ABs with 2 RBIs, 0 home runs. Checks that for a ball, 1-1 your count. The 1-1 slapped right at Brooke Heron for out. Number 1. Heron doing a great job in the circle. That'll bring up number 20, pinch hitter, Sydney Lowe, freshman from Brownsburg, Indiana. She and Weaver both from Brownsburg High School. 1-0 is your count. Excuse me, 0-1. Off-speed pitch is going to miss high and outside. One the count with 1 out. Sydney Lowe, a .467 batting average, 7 hits, 2 runs scored, and 15 at-bats with 2 RBI, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. This count's evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Low with the swing and a miss. Brooke Heron, her 3rd strikeout of the game. Brooke just 1 out away to improving her record to 5-1 on the season, this her freshman season. Your batter is Rebecca Schrad. 1-0 is the count to Schrad. Swing and a miss. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Schrad 0 for 2 in this game. Bunt. That's going to hit her out of the, and she is out. So interference there by Schrad. And that will do it as the Lady Cougars win it 3-2 over Indiana Wesleyan. We'll take one more break before an interview with Coach Ryan Bolin.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome back, everybody. University of St. Francis getting the 3-2 victory over number 10 ranked Indiana Wesleyan. Joining me in the press box is Coach Ryan Bolin. And Coach, anytime you can beat Indiana Wesleyan, it's a special day here at Westendorf Field.
Yeah, no question. I mean, we knew with the ranking, I think they've only been beat twice this year, and we felt like we had a solid game plan going into it, where we knew we can mix speeds with Brooke, and I think we limited them to 4 hits, and I felt like her changeup was unreal today, and it was what kept them off balance all day. We went to it with 1-2 strikes. We didn't care if it was full count. We just felt the confidence in her, and we got a couple big hits along the way as well.
Clutch hitting, especially in the first inning there. The 2 RBI single by Ramsey Herlock gave St. Francis the lead early on, 2-1, Coach, and the rest of the team just played solid the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working away in the cages, just trying to, everybody throws away. I mean, it's not a mystery in college softball. I mean, when your pitchers are good, you work away, and we've been trying to really work hard at that in the cages at practice with getting our players to hit away. And it wasn't pretty, but, it got 2 runs, and we felt pretty good about answering that 1 run in the top. They're speedy. They're crafty on the bases. They can do a lot with their bats, and we just felt like we knew we needed to get 1 today. So it just took the load off us right now, and I feel like we can go into Game 2 with a little bit more confidence.
Well, in Game 2, I expect you're expecting to see Mackenzie Ridge, their ace.
I would think so. I was kind of shocked that they threw Weaver in Game 1, but sometimes it doesn't matter when you're 22-2. It doesn't matter who you throw and when you throw it. But we're going to match her with another Riseball kid with Katie Gebert, and Katie being a senior going against a freshman. We're just hoping that we can do the damage. So we'll see. We're going to try to go for the sweep.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck, and we'll talk to you after game number 2. Now in the booth here is the freshman catcher, Vivian Goodpaster. Vivian, what a great win here. Talk about the feelings of knocking out the number 10 team in the country here in game number 1.
Honestly, it's kind of an indescribable feeling. Like, we have a great team here, and Brooke worked really hard to throw the great game that she did throw. And we've been talking about this game before the season even started. So to come out with a win for the first game it's honestly an indescribable feeling, and I'm so glad that Brooke was on the mound and got the win. Well,
Brooke's record now is 5-1 on the season. She's having an outstanding freshman year. What have you seen as far as her growth here in her freshman season?
Well, when I first heard about Brooke coming in, I knew she was going to be incredible, but the more I start to catch her and the more that I just work with her, the more incredible that she gets every day. She works hard. I mean, even in the bullpen, she's throwing hard as hard as she can, and she just does her best every time, and that's all I can ask from her as a catcher.
Absolutely. And offensively, the Lady Cougars coming up with some clutch hitting today. What was it like facing the senior Carly Weaver?
Honestly, it was kind of intimidating at first, but I think especially we have a lot of freshmen that are starting and playing, so I think the nerves of playing each team for the first time and looking at all the pitchers that they have it's kind of nerve-wracking. But I think after the first inning, that really sets the tone. So I mean, we just came out at as strong as we could, and I think that was our best option.
Absolutely. Now, a little bit of extra confidence then heading into tomorrow's game against Marion, number 2 ranked team in the country?
Honestly, yes. This definitely gives us a confidence boost that as long as we play our best and we work our hardest, anything is possible. We just have to play our game.
All right, Vivian. Well, congratulations. What a great win.
Thank
that
you.
was Vivian Goodpaster, the freshman catcher. Her and Brooke Heron, the battery there, getting the W for the Lady Cougars, 3-2 over Indiana Wesleyan in game number 1. Folks, we're going to shut this broadcast down, and we'll be back with you. You'll have to switch over to our game number 2 feed on YouTube, Facebook. You're watching Lady Cougar softball here from Westendorf Field. Thanks for joining us.